Today, I'm going to be giving you a guide on Overwatch, which was developed by Blizzard, which is owned by Dairy Queen, and they're responsible for the first Overwatch, which if you've never played it, is more good. Now, Overwatch 2 is known in the industry by pros such as myself as a team game, which, if you don't know, a team game is a game where you get to go off on your own and fight a bunch of people at once so you can maximize your elim potential. And you're probably thinking right out the gate, oh, what if all 5 of them are there? What am I going to do against 5 people? Grow up, because this is how you get better. You think when Conor McGregor goes to fight, they put him against one kindergartner? It would be a blowout. But you put Conor McGregor against 5 kindergartners? One's got old? I mean, who knows? So if you want to be great, take this advice. And honestly, if you play like this, you're not going to have to worry about any teammates getting in your way and stealing your glory anyways, because they'll usually quit. So the way this game plays out is there's terrorists and there's counter-terrorists, and there's 2 bomb sites. What you're going to want to do is type into the all chat at the beginning of every game to go B, but then type in the team chat to go A. This works every time, and honestly, Dr. Disrespect taught me this trick back when I was in high school, but my NDA is still up. So don't forget to subscribe and stick around, because there's going to be a Dr. Disrespect confessions video in about 367 days. Now, the coolest thing about Overwatch is there's a bunch of different heroes you can pick. So when it comes to picking your hero, pretty much all of them play the exact same. So really just pick the one that looks the coolest and hasn't been infected by the woke mind virus from the radical frickin' left who's trying to frickin' poison your frickin' brain and frickin' make you woke. So yeah, read their bios and learn about the character, because you don't want one that's freaking woke. They even have gay characters in this game. That's not realistic. That's not real. Oh yeah, totally. And I like when my guy friends kiss me. Yeah, it was once. But yeah, you're just going to try and find the character that looks the coolest and pretty much just take fights accordingly. Obviously, there's going to be some different guns, but once you figure out how they work, it's pretty much all just skill at that point. A lot of people are going to argue and they're going to say, hey, if you're a healer, you're supposed to get a bunch of healing points. Go heal. Yeah, right. Yeah, do you want me to do your laundry too? You want me to go to your house, do your dishes for you afterwards? Yeah, support these nuts, bitch. Especially if you're playing Moira, because you can just rack up elims like crazy. She's really good to go solo with. So, once you find a character that looks cool and aligns with your fragile political views, then you're just going to jump straight into a match and learn as you go. Something to take note of with a game like this is that there's a pretty strong sense of community and a collective etiquette that everybody shares. So when you play, you want to play with good manners and good sportsmanship. Now, a term that's going to be tossed around a lot is toxic. And if somebody calls you toxic, it's actually a compliment, because as we know in real life, toxic things are dangerous and can sometimes be fatal. So what they're saying is that you're insanely good because you're toxic to any enemies that dare face you. So yeah, they're pretty much just saying that you're good at getting elims. One surefire way to get labeled as toxic is whenever you get an elim, you're going to want to go into all chat and then type whatever your character's name is and then the word diff. This is actually an acronym and it stands for doing it for fun. And this just lets the other team know that you're having a good time and that you're willing to open a friendly line of communication. After a couple times of doing this, they'll definitely let you know just how toxic you are. So as you play more matches, you'll notice you start to go against some teams that are a little bit better than you, and with that, you're obviously going to be losing some more fights. Since this obviously isn't your fault or has anything to do with how you're playing, you're just going to want to pretty much switch heroes every time you get eliminated 1 or more times. Because at that point, it's just the game's fault. Unless you end up on Junkrat, because he's the best character in the game, and you should always stick with him. One of the most important parts of any team-based shooting game is having good positioning. Now, while I mentioned in the beginning that all classes play pretty much the same, I do have to make an exception for this one specific role, and that role is a tank role. You're going to want to play back and stay away from objectives. Playing as a tank is kind of like easy baby playtime mode, and so honestly, it's just kind of cringe universally in the community to use your tank to capture objectives. So you're going to want to play away from it as much as possible and just focus on getting as many elims as you can. A lot of people in the chat and the voice comms are going to be yelling. They're usually yelling because the other tank is most likely going to be playing the objective. So they're not yelling at you, they're yelling at them, because at the end of the day, it's just not cool to do. Now in this game, there's a few different playstyles that you need to be aware of that all affect how you're going to position yourself. And these are the difference between a good player and a great player. Those are going to be dive, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. The main one that you're going to probably want to be playing is dive. So basically, no matter what your team composition is, you're going to want to push as far back in as possible and commit to every fight, because if you're not committing, you're a flake and you're a bum. Just like in poker, you're supposed to go all in on every hand, because how else are you supposed to win big? The other roles are kind of for nerds, so don't worry about them. It's kind of like playing passive and like working around your healers and like trying to trap the opponents who are diving on the other team. It's like, geez, let me get my Overwatch degree from freaking Nerd University or something. There's like super well made and well thought out and helpful guides out there. And I'll probably just link one so you guys can like make fun of them or whatever. Another tip is, if you're party leader, there's an option to play custom games while you're waiting. These mini games are honestly really good for morale and resetting your mental after a tough game, which will lead to better teamwork and overall better performance as a team. So you do not want to do this ever, because if you do this, your teammates will take their eye off the ball and then you'll start working together. And that's the last thing you want to do in a lone wolf game like this. Because sorry, I missed the part when everyone on the team shares elims. Is that in the new patch? Was there an update last night that I didn't see? Yeah, get your own elims, bozo. So, to wrap this guide up, I'm going to give a brief overview of all the heroes in the game. Metroid, aka Zero Suit Salmon. A gamer girl, wow. Dr. Doom, his specialty is fisting. Look it up. Trash Lady. Moana, Gatling Gun Go. Ashley, who they stole from that other game. Bastard, he's actually a Decepticon. John Marston, formerly known as No! Joji. Anna, Ortiz, Brigid, pretty much a bulwark. Illumi, Space Wizard. Widowy Tueso, she goes fast. Adventure, they dig straight down. Widow Mommy, she, Snipes. Anissa, she destroyed iDubbbz. Predator, bigger Space Wizard. Titus. For the Emperor! Roadhead.
Ew! You must be from Reddit. Stinky, stinky. I can smell the Redditors from here.
Legolas. Junko, aka the GOAT, aka the S-tier hero, aka the only person you should play. F*** this bitch. Pharaoh, she flies. Reaper, doesn't skip leg day. Juno, breedable. Kakarot, she has more skins than every other hero combined. Life Wiener. Lucio, Titanfall 2 ripoff. Ligma. Winton, literally anyone can play this guy. Wow. G-Force, he turns into a ball. Zane also turns into a ball. Sojourn, Crutch, Homelander, but the skin from Call of Duty. Sabra,
Hackerman.
Symmetry, Engineer. Testicular Torbjorn, also Engineer. Moira, a soul sucker. Pinata, he has 9 balls. But yeah, that'll just about do it. If you guys benefited from this guide, drop a like and a sub, because there's going to be plenty more opportunities for me to teach you guys how to actually play games on the way. And if you get any pro sponsorship contracts, email me because I get 5%. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys stick around.